Healthy living with Intermountain Healthcare.
Welcome back, everyone. More than 14,000 people in the U.S. are diagnosed with cervical cancer each and every year. I'm joined now today with Dr. John Grant from Intermountain Healthcare and cancer survivor Mary Peterson in the sponsored interview to share the signs and prevention to cervical cancer. Welcome to the both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And doctor, I want to start with you. You are a radiation oncologist at Intermountain Healthcare, and you are Mary's doctor. Tell us a little bit about cervical cancer. How do we get it? How can we prevent it?
Well, cervical cancer develops as a result of exposure to the HPV virus, typically over many years, and the cancer can slowly form on the outer surface of the cervix.
And so the best way to prevent, what are some of those steps?
Well, because it's a slow-growing process, we can catch it typically when it is in the precancerous phase with pap smears and pelvic examinations through a gynecologist. Also, now we have the vaccine available for younger people.
And kids can get it as young as 9, 10?
9, 10, 11. It's most effective before the onset of sexual activity, and it's a 2- or 3-part vaccine.
For boys and girls. I want to bring Mary in. And Mary, I've been talking with you, and you did everything that you're supposed to do. You got the screenings. Tell us when you first figured out something wasn't right.
So I had the screenings and I had a couple of abnormal results come back, and I just had some heavier than normal bleeding, so some abnormal bleeding, and I made an appointment with my regular OB/GYN or gynecologist to just check it out and make sure that everything was okay. I was a little bit nervous because I had those previous abnormal pap smears. And so he actually got me in pretty quickly, and that's when I found out that there was something that he was concerned about.
And then what happened from there?
From that appointment, he took a biopsy and he sent it in to pathology, and I waited a few days and got the phone call that it was positive for cervical cancer, and then he referred me to a gynecologic oncologist, and I met with her. From that point I had like a clinical diagnosis, and she sent me in for a PET scan just to make sure that the cancer hadn't spread outside of the cervix. And the PET scan came back showing that it was just localized to the cervix. However, during surgery, they found that it had actually spread to a nearby lymph node, and that's when I met Dr. Grant. They sent me to him because after that, I had to take it one step further than just the surgery. To remove the tumor, I had to do the radiation and chemotherapy.
And Mary, you are 1 year out, you've gone through radiation chemo. What is your message to folks who might be hearing your story?
I think the most important thing is to have your regular checkups with your doctor. I mean, I wouldn't have been as concerned had I not had those previous abnormal pap smears. And I also think that it's important to get the HPV vaccine because this is a cancer that's potentially avoidable. And there is like some guilt that comes along with being diagnosed with cervical cancer, you know, wishing I would have done things differently in the past. But so just follow up with your doctors and, you know, highly consider that vaccine and just listen to your body and kind of pay attention to, you know, things that seem abnormal, and make sure you speak with your doctor and just...
Yeah. Mary, we're so glad that you're here and you're doing well right now. Dr. Grant, I mean, what do you say to folks who have done all the things and all the screenings? There is still that chance and that possibility.
Screening and the vaccine really decreases the chance of cervical cancer, but there's no guarantees. And so, like Mary said, listen to your body, go in for regular checkups, talk to your doctor honestly about what you're feeling.
And what are the signs? What should women look out for?
Abnormal bleeding, typically heavier bleeding or bleeding after sex. and sometimes pelvic pain.
And how can we prevent it aside from, or what are the risk factors, I should say, because the HPV vaccine is incredibly important, but what are some of the risk factors?
The risk factors all really have to do with exposure to the HPV virus. So things like number of sexual partners in the past. Cigarettes use is also a risk factor.
Okay, so important information. Get that HPV vaccine. Mary, you've gotten your son vaccinated as well at the age of 15. I've done that for my 10-year-old. Boys and girls can get it. Smoking are some of the risks, becoming sexually active, a weakened immune system, and other sexually transmitted infections. Doctor and Mary, thank you so much for being here and for sending the message out there for our viewers.
Thank you
to Intermountain Healthcare for sponsoring this segment today. We'll be right back.